Pat.
Okay, so some of my accomplishments. I commissioned the L'Oreal Demigrand's pilot factory, where I did equipment selection, FAT, SAT, utilities integration, and line optimization, where I accelerated product launches in innovation readiness. So in other words, what I did was I went overseas for training. They groomed me to the position in such a way that I knew what equipment to look out for and how it would be beneficial to the launches in South Africa. I actually got to go overseas to China, where I did the FAT and part of the SAT on the equipment that was actually built in China, which later came back to South Africa, where I actually fully integrated it with the utility selection and did a whole costing and budget presentation from start to finish. So, in other words, in terms of me utilizing it going forward, it would mean that I would be able to do equipment selection and utility selection for a new factory. That's one of my accomplishments. The other is where I standardize feed line operations at Athermal Retort. So basically did SOPs where I standardized the feed line operators, the operators, as well as the control room operators and supervisors, so that everybody was on a measurable scale and not everybody would be in the dark to say, oh, I don't know how to do this, I don't know how to do that. So from that reason, I think that would have been quite beneficial to Athermal. At Chemical Converters, I reduced raw material deviations where I followed FIFO stock rotation and thus causing less products to be wasted, because at least there was a flow from batch numbers to expiry dates to MSDSs. It was all at fingertips. Another would be at Biomedical Emporium, where I designed real-time forecasting, where I integrated sales from the past and forecasted for the current year. So I was ensuring 100% product availability and ensured that certain seasonal products were available before any issues occurred. At Water Care Mining, I mitigated supply chain volatility and ensured that the 3-month raw material stocking was available, thus boosting cost efficiency, procurement reliability, and production continuity. At Com Africa, as I previously mentioned, I established a state-of-the-art QC lab where I did layout design, equipment validation, SOP standardization, and achieving ISO 9001 and product consistency. Okay. At Chemical Converters, I also ensured that there was a 98% on-time delivery by synchronizing procurement, planning, and dispatch, and maintaining customer satisfaction, even though that there was load shedding during that time. And at L'Oreal, I ensured end-to-end process validation for new formulas. So I ensured that there was seamless R&D to full-on production under global GMP standards. And then at L'Oreal, while I was the manufacturing engineer, I ensured that there was a water reduction at 15% with the OptiCIP project that I did. And I did further training in Egypt to ensure that my other counterparts in other countries were up to date and knew how to save water as well. And on multiple sites, I ensured that my customer complaints were up to date, and I resolved it through RCAs using Fishbone, 5Y, and Kappa. And thus reducing the number of returns, because we could at least identify what the problem is and then also ensure that it wouldn't repeat itself. Furthermore, I increased productivity by 20% with shift planning, workforce quoting, and performance metrics on multiple sites, and thus ensuring that we have people retention and ensure longevity of the company as well. So that's a few accomplishments that I've done on multiple sites, and that would be beneficial. Thank you.